Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Playhouse. I'm Willard Parker, co-starring this time with Mr. John Agar and Mr. Ross Elliott. Our story concerns a revolution in a little country known as the Republic of Dede. Now, there's no use in consulting your maps or even any ancient encyclopedias because Dede never actually existed as a country. It's a symbol of that colorful era when adventurers, beachcombers, and soldiers of fortune were in flower, when aerial battles existed only in the science fiction of that era. Our story concerns the circumstances involving three men who found themselves in the midst of a little war in Dede.
Why don't you answer it? Answer it! Waiting here, but... You have some explaining to do, mister.
Have I?
Where's my mother?
Well, I'm sure I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
I think you've made a mistake. I'm not a police officer.
Oh.
Well, I presume we're in the same position, sort of politely under arrest.
You too, huh?
And him?
I don't know. He hasn't moved since I've been here.
Well, my name's John Mason.
What is tack?
Pleasure.
We're at the Del Sol Hotel.
I thought so. The only decent hotel in the city.
How do you like this business? I've been here since 11 o'clock this morning. Didn't want to come to this postage stamp country in the first place, but our mama wanted to see the ancient ruins.
Yes, the ruins here are interesting.
I never cared for them myself. Anyway, at 11 o'clock this morning, they brought me down here about some minor detail concerning my passport. And I've been here ever since.
Well, I'm afraid time is the least important thing in Dede.
Yes, but I'm worried about my mother.
Good for the crops.
You under arrest, too?
I am. You got a cigarette?
No, I don't smoke.
You?
I'm afraid I don't smoke either.
No wonder they arrested you. Tobacco is Dede's leading industry. Got a smoke? Light? Got a match? You? Got 2 pieces of wood? Does anybody know why we're here?
No.
I have an idea. I don't know why they picked on us, but I think it's got something to do with the revolution.
Revolution?
Yes. You've been here all day and wouldn't know it. Wasn't announced till this morning, but war broke out in Dede last night.
War? Well, is it serious?
Oh, I don't think so. You see, we've had 9 revolutions in the past 12 years here.
You sure must have a popular president.
I get it. We're neutrals and have to be evacuated.
No, I'm afraid that's not it. You see, I'm not a neutral. I have citizenship papers here.
Well, whatever the reasons are, I don't like it. I'm getting out of here.
So am I. My mother's out there someplace.
God, looks like it hasn't been awake in years. Let's take him.
I'm with you.
And you?
I have no place to run. My home is here.
Take relief for an hour. Please come inside the railing.
I want to know about my mother.
Your mother? You must be S03E39, a tourist. Your mother's in good hands. She's dining with the president of Dede himself. Let's get to the point. My time's pressing. We have found out that Cariocaneda is not actually leading the revolt. He's merely a figurehead.
And who is the leader?
A man who calls himself the Patriot. It is he who smuggled arms into the country.
Well, who is he?
We're not sure which one, but we're positive it's one of you.
Wait a minute, mister. I'm just a tourist here. I don't care who runs your stupid country.
So what happens now, Colonel?
If the entire rebel army is as well equipped as the advanced units, we could easily lose the war. Fortunately, most of the weapons are still in storage, and only the Patriot knows where they are hidden. So, we must liquidate the Patriot, even if it means that all three of you face a firing squad at sunrise.
Why, that's murder.
The fortunes of war. The lives of two innocent men are not as important as a whole republic.
Well, why suspect me, Coca? I'm a citizen, remember? I'm married to a Sandidian girl. I love this country.
We have a good case against all three of you. You, Mason, manage and own a successful sugar plantation. But under a new regime which you helped create, you could become a leader.
Where do I fit in? I've only been here 3 days.
You came here from San Marlo, where you and your mother were the guests of Marshal Natchez. Natchez is an international politician. He even has his eyes in our country.
He's a friend of Mother's, not mine. What? Surely you don't suspect my mother.
No, I don't. But you're young and romantic. A revolution might well be an exciting thing to you.
That's ridiculous.
Let's hear your case against me, Colonel.
Very well, Captain.
Oh, you know me.
You are Captain Henry Clay, a soldier of fortune, as I believe what they call your kind. What brings you to St. Dede?
In business. Professional soldiers always know when a war is about to happen. I'm here to offer my services, if the price is right.
But it could be that you're already employed by the enemy.
I could win this war you're losing.
Perhaps. Now then, which one of you is the Patriot? Guards, escort these men to the political cell.
Stop raining. Moon is out.
Look, whichever one of you is guilty, you're done for anyhow. Why take us with you? You're the one, aren't you? I don't see why they can't see it. Where's your business?
So you got me pegged, huh? Personally, my vote goes to Mason. He's got more to gain by a revolution than you or I.
An interesting situation, this. A circle of suspicion. My guess is that our man is Mr. Tack.
Me?
Yes. I'm inclined to agree with the Colonel. His name, incidentally, is Louis Coca. I've known men like you, Tack. Lots of adventure. Nobody you know gets hurt because you're so far from home. Besides, you're much too virile a specimen for this juvenile near hysteria you're pretending.
All right, so I'm hysterical. I just don't want to die for no reason at all.
Look, let's be honest. You just don't want to die for any reason. Look, Mason, we're strangers here. What makes this country tick?
All right, Mr. Clay. I've always enjoyed talking about this country. I'd like to forget it. Population about 9,000. The last census didn't count everybody, but it counted some people twice.
All right, fine. Population unknown.
Like that of the United States, and that we're a republic. With the difference that since our people aren't educated enough to vote intelligently, the office of president is inherited.
Yeah, there's a little...
The office is not passed on to the next of kin, but to the nation's next most brilliant man.
Oh. And who decides who the next most brilliant man is?
Why, the next most brilliant man himself. If he succeeds in gaining office, he must...
You sound bitter, Mr. Mason. Could it be that you disapprove of this fine situation?
Yes. Actually, this supposed republic consists of a king, a dozen or so self-satisfied nobles, and 8,000 slaves.
And so you decided to do something about it yourself?
No. But I'm glad one of you two gentlemen did, whatever your reasons.
What's going on?
It's a firing squad. Must be a deserter. He's wearing a stripped officer's uniform.
I thought those things only happened at sunrise.
Only in books.
Lucky, he's gonna smoke.
He's refusing the blindfold.
Ready. Aim. Fire.
Why, he didn't even blink. Just stood there, straight as a statue, looking at them. Wonder how I'll do. Are you going to have the blindfold?
I don't know. There aren't many of us could die as bravely as that.
Not bravely, my friends, foolishly. If he'd had any sense at all when they gave the order to fire, he would at least try to duck.
Why, you... Get out! Heck, that's enough. You know what that pig was doing? He was trying to get me to say that you'd confess to us.
I know. An hour ago, he wanted me to help frame you.
What? Oh, look at him. He's grinning as if it was a joke.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Let him come, Mason.
Gentlemen, you surprise me. I thought surely you had exhausted all your hatred on me. And Mr. Tagg, you unusually must for a man who's about to receive his mother.
My mother? What did you bring her here for? I don't want her to see me in here like this.
She knows nothing. She believes that you are merely resting here until sunrise, at which time my men will escort you through the marshes and across the border. Of course, if you'd rather not see her.
Well, I guess I would like to see her again.
But I must warn you, if you let her know the truth, we will be forced to detain her. Permanently.
Coca. Do I get a last visitor?
Yes. Your wife's here.
Does she know?
Yes.
What about me, Colonel?
This prison's far too respectable to receive any of the amorous conquests you have made within St. Dede. Besides, your friends have all joined the enemy.
Oh, fine. I wish them luck.
You better call him back. I never could lie to Mom.
In fact, there comes a time in the life of us all when we must face a situation like a man. This may be your last chance. Better clean that off.
Sonny.
Hello, Mama. I hear you had dinner with the president.
Yes. Oh, what a dreary place. Are you all right, Sonny?
Sure.
Have you been gambling?
My friends and I have been carousing wickedly all night.
Shame on you, bad boy. Well, introduce me to your fellow conspirators.
Oh, certainly. Boys, this is my mother, Mrs. Andrew Tack. Meet John Mason. And he's married, so stop showing off your best side.
Oh, Otis.
A pleasure, Mrs. Tack.
Is your wife with you, Mr. Mason?
No, she isn't.
And this gentleman?
This is Henry Clay, Mama.
Henry Clay? Seems to me I remember reading that name someplace.
This is indeed a great pleasure, Mrs. Tack. I'd almost forgotten how beautiful American women are.
Oh, my goodness. Is he married, too?
No, ma'am. And that isn't all. I'm putting up all the money I won in poker against your son's telephone number. Because I sure would like to call his house someday.
Well, I most certainly hope you win.
Thank you.
I'm afraid we must be getting back to the capital. We are in a state of emergency, you know.
Oh, dear. And I was just beginning to enjoy myself. Sonny, I think you're having a good time, too, here.
Are they treating you all right, Mama?
Just wonderfully. And this colonel is an absolute darling. Isn't he nice, Sonny?
Yes, Mama. He's a darling, all right.
It has been nice meeting you, gentlemen.
Thank you, ma'am.
Incidentally, Sonny, you won't need to worry about the oil business. The president assures me you can conduct all your transactions by cable.
Mama.
There's no need to be mysterious about it. The colonel knows you were planning to buy that old parkland.
Yes, I knew of his interest. I understood there were plans for building a home on it. But the oil does come as a surprise.
Oh, dear. I have let the cat out of the bag, haven't I? I hope you won't raise the price of the property too much, Colonel.
I have nothing to do with it, madam.
Well. I'm just a tourist. I don't care who runs your stupid little country.
It's not what you think. I know a little bit about geology. I thought I spotted some signs of oil near that old park site. Well, I asked the price, and it was cheap, so I offered to buy it.
You will have to visit through the bars, Mr. Mason.
Johnny, I've tried everything. I can't help you.
Oh, no tears, Mila. I've just told my friends how beautiful you are. You don't want them to think me a liar, do you?
I won't cry anymore.
Good. Just remember the old proverb. Hope is the last thing to die.
I'll try.
After all, life is an uncertain thing at best. I might have fallen off a horse or downstairs or anything. We've never really thought what to do in case something should happen to me.
Please, Johnny.
Now, first, don't stay with your uncle tonight. If the bandits break into the city, his house will be the first target.
He has already fled his house.
See? He's thinking of the future. Let's think of yours. Is the warehouse still intact?
Yes, and the men are still there.
Good. Pack it right over there and transfer all the perishable materials to the basement. The wheat and so forth. Never mind the sugar. The price is low on the market.
Please, Johnny, this is no time.
Pilar, it is the time. Now, will you do as I say?
All right, Tom.
Good.
Bye, Johnny. That man. There is the patron, Louis. I saw him in the cafe 3 days ago. He was with Carrillo Chanera.
You knew about that, didn't you?
No, Captain. There were times when the secret police lost your trail. I believe this was one of them.
Well, I had a cup of coffee with him, but I didn't try to keep it a secret.
Why would he be having coffee with Carrillo Chanera?
Well, he had a high seat in your government at the time, and I was asking him who I should see about getting a commission in the Army.
And what did he say?
Something real laughable now that I think of it. He said, don't believe those foolish rumors. There's not going to be any revolution.
You don't believe that, do you, Colonel? Now will you let us go?
If I were a man to jump at rash conclusions, I would have released the others when I heard of the oil possibilities in the old park. I'm afraid time's up.
I don't know what I can do, but I'm going to keep trying. I'll be doing anything and everything I can.
Then I suggest you hurry, Pilar. It's about 2 hours till sunrise. Ready, gentlemen? Lock the door and follow me.
That sounded like a French 75.
We're bombarding the prison. That one fell short.
Wait a minute. I get it. They're getting their range. They're not shelling the prison. They're trying to knock a hole in that wall out there.
Would 75 go through the wall?
My friend at 75 will blow that adobe clear to the sea. They got it.
There's the colonel.
What's he doing?
He's setting up that hole so he can stop sending men in through that hole inside. Thank you. See anything, Mason?
No, the courtyard's empty.
Why would they stop shooting all of a sudden like that?
Battle must be over.
Who do you suppose won, Mason? Colonel Coco's men or your side?
You still think it's me?
No. I know it's you. I heard the instructions to your wife. Save the wheat and so on. But never mind the sugar. Wheat grows wild in this section and is never exported, while sugar is merely gold in the export market. I'll bet your wife found that was mighty heavy wheat. Heavy as iron guns and leaden bullets.
Is it true, Mason?
Yes.
Soft-spoken guy like you. Doesn't seem to fit.
That's why it was possible. You see, when a man lives among people he loves and sees them constantly stepped on by a small, selfish group, there comes a time when he's got to do something about it. He can't live with himself anymore.
Would you really have let them shoot us?
I won't answer that. Because no matter what I said, you'd always wonder.
Your mother's safe. She's at the Capitol building and is flying a flag of truce. In a few moments, Dede will have a new president. My compliments.
The war is over.
I gave you a difficult choice, didn't I? Your family, friends, and traditions, or me?
It wasn't so difficult.
I'd like to see my mother.
Well, you shall, Mr. Tack, right away. And we'd like to have you as our guest for a while and see our country as it really is.
Thanks.
Am I to be shot?
No, Lewis. That brand of justice no longer exists in San Dede. You'll be exiled. Henry, I like you, Henry. I'm genuinely fond of you. But your principles are appalling. I'm afraid I'll have to have you escorted to the border along with Colonel Cook.
Thank you, Justice. Keep your people happy, and I won't be drifting this way again. Stick with me, friend. I can always find a job for an unemployed colonel. You may not fight on the same side, but I'll keep my sights on you.